Okay, hello and welcome back to the second Archmage, and as you can see, I'm on my new computer. It's a lot of fun just downloading stuff. Really? So yeah, I'm using this screen recorder right there. So look that up if you want one. And then I'm also going to use this when I need to actually use computer sound. So anyway, let's get started. So we were on chapter 2. And watch the other video, there will be a link in the description and an animation if you haven't already watched it. So go check that out, and now let's go. So chapter 2, Theren and Cracktow. As Regdar entered the room behind the door, he was blasted by a roar of noise. The room was filled with bookshelves, and when someone said a book's name, the book flew off the bookshelf and into their hand. There were at least 20 people in the room, maybe more, and they were all talking. On the ends of the room there were more doors, even one coming back where Regdar had come from. Sorry. Aramel yelled, "Spellbook!" and a new spellbook zoomed into his hands. He handed it to Regdar. Aramel said, "I have wished to give this to you for a very long time, Regdar. You see, Ironblade was my friend, and he talked to me about you. I realized you were fit to be a wizard. Then I learned that goblins had gotten in Falkrest. Ironblade had killed many goblins. I tried to warn him. I was too late. For thinking this, I put a different enchantment on the paper. It was not that only Ironblade could read it, but the owner of the shop could. If the owner changed, I inscribed it with a different message, one that would tell you that Ironblade is dead. Ironblade is dead." Radar thought about this as he worked hard to become a wizard. He studied many things, such as why the rules of physics were wrong and how time-space distortion would never destroy the world. But it always came back into his head. He realized after much study that ownership is passed down. This can happen when the owner wishes it or when he dies. What if Ironblade isn't dead? One day, Aramel sent Regdar into the forest. "There are runes in a cave that I need. Please get them and bring them back," Aramel said. Regdar went into the forest with Zorb, the only implement available. It was made of green crystal and it had a cloud spiraling from inside of it. The forest was dark and had tall trees and lots of grass. Regdar heard feet moving around in the grass. He looked in the direction it came from, but he didn't see anything. Only trees and tall grass. Tall grass, Regdar thought? That wasn't there before. Suddenly a green humanoid wearing chainmail armor came out of it. It had pointing ears, not elf ones, but sinister ones, and it wielded a battle axe. "Goblin," Regdar said, holding up his orb. The other goblin came out, then another goblin came out, and another, and another, and another. Soon there were at least 60 goblins surrounding Regdar. He froze with shock. All hope seemed lost. He couldn't fight this many. Suddenly a hand axe came twirling through the sky. It hit a goblin in the head. A small man jumped from the ledge and did a spin midair with his battle axe in his hand. He chopped his axe straight through one of them, then kicked another in the head. He had a long beard and wore scale armor, forged from the scales of a dragon, Regdar guessed. He also had a sling around his waist. "See that?" he yelled in a gruff, annoyed voice. "Enemy! You kill them, not stare at them!" "He's a dwarf," thought Regdar. Many of the goblins were retreating. One, however, had his bow pointed at the dwarf. "Look out!" shouted Regdar, pointing at the goblin. The dwarf rushed to get him, but missed and staggered. The goblin took out his dagger and held it above the dwarf. He was going to stab him. Suddenly, a sword came out of the goblin's stomach. "Hadif!" he cursed in Goblin. The sword flew upward, slicing him in half. "Sometimes," a peaceful voice said, "you'd be wise to trade power for precision." A man was standing there. He had 2 long swords in his hand and a short bow on his back. He had short blonde hair. The oddest thing about him was he wore elven-made leaf armor, but he was obviously human. "I'm Theren," he said. "I'm Cracktow Hellbringer," the dwarf said. "Nice to meet you. I am Regdar Flashfire, apprentice wizard." Suddenly Theren, who was the only one... Suddenly Theren, who was the only one looking at Regdar, looked up and got a look of horror on his face. "What in the abyss?" Theren yelled, getting into a fighting stance. Regdar suddenly felt a sharp pain in the back of his head and fell to the ground. He was just conscious enough to see Theren and Cracktow faint. Then he blacked out. So that's it. So remember, if you have a character, a Dungeons and Dragons character that you'd like to make an appearance, just put it in the just add a comment, and even better, if you have a Teifling Warlock or Sorcerer, if you use the some of the player add-ons, might have it up here. No. Wait, do I? No. Okay, but if you have either of those, put it in the comment below, and you have a chance for him to become a lead role in the story. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, whatever you like, and see ya.